Nightlife is a very, very huge space when it comes to the financial market. A lot of networking jobs come from there. Tosin is a marketing communications enthusiast. I also do nightlife and branding, basically. I'm a nightlife person, an entrepreneur, a ruthless one, because without it, I probably will not eat. I'll probably be maybe on Freedom Way.
I was a normal guy. I co-own a restaurant. I guess I'm into nightlife as well. I'm a businessman, that's basically it. So Avant-Garde is a restaurant. First and foremost, I push food. I sell good food, bro. Trust me.
There are some details you pay attention to that you think they are nothing, but they mean everything. In marketing nightlife, a lot of people just go to YouTube or Google and just download this trap music with white babes, shaking their body and all of that stuff. Why can't we use real-time influencers here in Nigeria on ground? And that's when that spark of executing genius ideas came.
Usually involved some way or affiliated with the club in some sort of way where it's business. I'm a beauty entrepreneur. I have my own makeup line.
People like me or someone like me who barely sleeps at night, and thankfully my radio show is from 4, so I'm good to go. Nightlife is where most of my friends are, to be honest.
I'm still also constantly looking for opportunities to work with people that are in that space. Sometimes I'm out and I'm working, but other than that, it's usually happy, crazy nights.
Nightlife is where a lot of things happen. Jobs are being offered, deals are being closed, money is being made, money is being spent. Money is being spent in capital letter.
It's basically where you connect more, to be honest. Like, while being out, I've had people come to me for, oh, Chacha, I need you to do this. Can you host this show? Can you host this event? Oh, can you help me do this? Send your bank account.
I've even lost count of like influencing jobs that I've got in base, and so just see me, just tap their friend. Hi, Sunky, come and meet this person. Oh, Sunky, this is our brand manager, blah, blah, blah.
Every night you step out, it's guaranteed you see something different from the last night's event.
Academy was opened 2 years ago because I used to have a lot of DMs, people wanted to learn from me. Before then, I used to teach people privately, but I became busy. I opened an academy for them. I have tutors there. I go in there once in a while. So my plan was to go in a lounge. We ran for 1 year, finally open the club.
Nightlife for me is like a complete solution. I actually own a construction and architectural firm. Imagine you having to do up the spaces, doing these clubs, lounges, restaurants. I could get a team for you to hire. I actually can be a PR service for that space as well.
I came with a lot of weird policies. Well, at that time it was weird. I was trying to introduce table bookings, table reservations. I was trying to introduce a minimum spend. For a while, I noticed that people were just boycotting, and I was like, well, fuck it. This is what I want to do. And you know, when you guys want to come back, you're gonna come back.
There's a business in nightlife now. It's not just about coming together and partying. There's actually a business that has grown from it.
I was representing many brands. We were instrumental in building the nightlife. The nightlife was dependent on the brands. When the brands came in with their investment, then the nightclubs realized there's a potential. And each nightclub tried to compete with each other so that the brands invested in them, along with the potential they found in the music industry with the likes of all the big celebrity singers and artists they have. They used them and projected their brands, and they found the consumption growing, and they found success.
Lagos, Abuja is doing quite a lot when it comes to the nightlife space. Back then, I don't think we used hype men, and now we have that. Our DJs back then didn't necessarily have brands. Now the DJs have brands. The influx of Lebanese-owned spaces as well, forcing all of us to be at par in terms of customer service as well.
Your cost of doing business in this country is relatively lower compared to other parts in the world, but your returns, even though, for example, your selling price is not probably the same as a bottle in London or a bottle in Dubai, but you're still making your margins. People are still willing to pay that amount of money, even knowing how much the cost is, because everyone's just looking to have a good time.
It's been beautiful. To me, it's the best country in the world. The people are great. Whatever business you do, if you put your heart to it, you'll succeed.
Lagos is a city that never sleeps. Today, you not only have nightclubs on Fridays, but you have beaches as nightlife. Lounges in the nightlife. People come in on a Sunday or a Monday morning and stay till Tuesday. I wonder how people worked the other day, but I'm more focusing on the nightlife. So it has exploded to another level. You don't find that other parts of Africa, not even in many of the other parts of the Western world, except barring New York and Paris and Las Vegas.
I can go to the club and leave by 5 a.m., 5:30. We are the last people to close the club. Don't blame me. It's too sweet. And the next morning, I have something to do. I have work to do. Trust me, I'm going to sleep the whole day. That's why I've been cutting down on nightlife these days, because I need to balance my nightlife and my business life.
So there's been a massive shift. When I moved here, we were drinking a lot of vodka. We were doing Grey Goose, we were doing Martini, we were doing Remy Martin, and of course there was Hennessy. Now you can see brands like Glenfiddich. Veuve Clicquot has grown even almost larger than Moet in my space.
On a typical night, a table is doing the list of like 1 point something. So now imagine how much it sells per night. We have the premium bottles that per bottle is like 1 point something. And because it's the owner's birthday, why not? When it's more ceremonial than now to open this type of expensive bottles, they are actual ballers in this field, man.
There is no restriction for advertisement for alcohol, etc. at the moment. So that has given another boost for big brands to utilize that and take market share very strongly and firmly.
It's definitely grown. It's a thriving business. That's why you notice that most people that work in nightlife don't leave nightlife.
At the moment, it's very lucrative, but at the same time, it's becoming very cutthroat. A lot depends on the brands that participate. One of the disadvantages I see that today people open a nightclub, wait for the brands to come and say, okay, I want this particular area exclusive and I pay you so much of money. Those kind of things are not good for the nightclubs because it's looking like as if you're trading. Have a nightclub with the concept, with a USP for your customers or your consumer. And that's important. Whether the brand comes or not, you need to stand on its own by virtue of what you're built to. The ambience, the music you have, the lights. Only if you invest like that, you can sustain. Otherwise, you'll have a number of them coming up and then falling out. And that's not good for the industry.
You can't give the average Nigerian right now a chair and a table and say, come, we're not coming. What's your vibe? What are you saying? How does the space look? Even down to decor and interior. We now care about that. We're not coming if your space is not looking the part where we can Snapchat and everyone would ask where we are. So the whole aesthetics and everything else and the birth of social media and how it's important for people to actually show what they're doing on a Friday or where they are and how it looks and how sexy it is. All of those things now matter. So anyone that owns a club has to definitely invest in that.
Many of them are tempted to open a nightclub just to have a lounge, wait for the brands to come and invest. That's the wrong approach. Invest in the right way. And then if you do it 1 year, 1.5 years, you need to change. And to keep it fresh, keep it modern. Otherwise, you'll have a lot of employments coming in, then the fallouts.
Well, there's a strategy behind that. We always take a short period, a short break, where we change, we renovate, we come back better and stronger. We even give our clients some time to try other places, go to other outlets, miss W Bar. There's always this innovative process that we go with every time we take a short period. What can we do better? How can we make the experience of the client much better? And we always execute. We always come back stronger. People love coming back. And every year, we're always going to shut down for a month or two, and then we come back stronger.
There's like a brand vision. The Sunky lifestyle company is not reaching to say, I want to be affiliated with strippers. But when my clients ask for it, or the club nights, we need to do something that we need to bring them, why not? But I don't work in a strip club.
I wouldn't advise that, but you also need them at some point, because if you're owning this kind of business, nightlife business, more ladies will come, and ladies like entertainment. If you have more female royals in your business and you invite those guys and come to entertain them, maybe on a Women's Day, make them feel special. It's not a bad thing to have male strippers in this kind of nightlife business. But not everywhere, though. They should be maybe known that, oh, it's at a certain place, there is male strippers. Women will go there, or maybe bachelorettes. You know, it's going to be my waiting, maybe. You gather as girls, you go and party. They bring a nice hunk, nice good-looking guys, because as ladies, we have sometimes we have a type of guys. Yes.
We're yet to identify really any company that staffs for nightlife. I wish I had the time. I've been a waitress before when I lived in the States, and so I kind of know the ins and outs of what it means to provide that kind of service in that space. The DJs don't come cheap. You know, finding an in-house DJ, good luck, because everybody wants to blow, you know what I mean? And everybody wants to have a big name. Finding a good manager, most people are importing their managers. That can't be cheap as well, because obviously you're providing housing and you're paying in dollars and all of those things. I can't imagine how much people are spending, but I can tell you for free that they are making it back, because Nigerians are also spending. It's an investment.
There's certain things that only experience can teach you. I had gone into this nightclub venture where I'm thinking Ikoyi, wow, that's next level. You know, I'm leaving VI to go to Ikoyi, Awolowo Road. That's down the road from Tinubu's house and all the big shots. And yeah, you know, why not? So over time, I start to realize that the location might not be so good because of certain factors. And there were a dozen other security bodies positioned around there. You know, there's the police headquarters, there's the army barracks, there's the Air Force barracks. You know, trying to get people to come out became a problem.
There's this thing that people don't get to understand when it comes to the nightlife business. Consistency is what keeps you going. When people reach a spot and they feel, I've gotten everything, I can as well sit back and say, well, I own your club now. Fuck every other thing, I'm not interested. But I still play at other clubs, I still play at other parties. So consistency is what has gotten me to where I've gotten to.
For some of us that have kept ourselves relevant to this very moment, trust me, it's not easy, because I can tell you, there are DJs I knew the same period, I knew Consequence, they are nowhere. You can't really, I don't think I was not even DJing. But I know one particular one, I'm not going to call his name, he's out there in Ekweda, still DJ.
And there is our own very own DJ, turn club owner, principal, DJ Academy owner.
I said in my interview, to me, I've not gotten to where I want to get to.
Yeah.
Is that just the goal? Like when people ask me that, guy, you have a club now. Why are you still doing some certain things that, bro, when I didn't have a club, I was doing this.
Yeah.
Nigerians are people that out of sight is out of mind.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up. Once you are no longer in the...
You're not saying, you're not occurring.
You're not occurring, you understand? So you have to keep being in people's faces. It's some our artists now, why are they still dropping songs?
Yeah.
Wiz or David can decide not to drop anything anymore. And they're very okay. Financially. Like... To get to a level that even the financial that you think you're okay, you're not okay anymore.
Right.
Yes, now.
Because of my resilience and the way I'm wired as well as built, you know, I wouldn't stop. I wouldn't back down. I did it organically, the street way that I knew. I hit the streets. I realized that I was getting older as well, and I recognized the need to liaise with the younger guys who knew the more active boys. It was only a matter of time before Cabal became a success story as well.
And aside being even consistent, I would want to say I give Consequence and kudos to the fact that most of them don't tend to, there's this word I'm looking for, like,
Evolve?
No, not even evolve. So you know how your mix shouldn't be like your mix.
Right.
There was the time Exclusive was playing, right?
Right.
It's like you're literally listening to like a CD.
It's the same thing.
You get me? Consequence, even with the name and all that. Yeah. So it's never just about the content, it's about you.
Most people, like I said, Nigerians are not loyal. Entertainment industry is not loyal. So you have to move with the...
No, take that back. They are very loyal to us. First of all, I think I had this conversation with a friend of mine not too long ago, how I am probably the oldest currently in terms of being in the nightlife business, consistent. And a lot of people ask me that question, how do I stay relevant? Well, I stay relevant by having my alter ego, which is sometimes my appearances at special events and weddings and, you know, my entrances. I just do that for fun, something that keeps the name Pretty Mike on your lips and the lips of your girlfriends.
I would say at every given point in time, just make sure you're doing something that you love. Make sure that you're constantly evolving whatever space you find yourself in. The way things used to work last year, the way people used to move, the way people used to think. If you're not evolving with the time and it's really fast, you'll find yourself stuck in a tight corner. You'll be easily ignored. You'll be looked over. You'll be frustrated. You probably never wouldn't or ever realize you're full potential or your goals or dreams?
You cannot not be in the nightlife business and not have a good relationship with people. I think on an average, every weekend I get invited to 10, 11, 12 events. And I think it's because of the relationship I've kept with people over the years. So that alone lets me know that, you know what, I think he's still relevant. People still admire and want to be associated with him. And more so, the account still ticks.
You can't know it all. You can't have all the contacts. You can't stay relevant forever. If you do stay relevant for long, it's because you associate with people that are relevant at that time, not because you've been able to stay relevant.
I'm worried with the future of nightlife in Lagos. I feel like a lot of people are going into the business without even understanding the business, without even having any level of experience. And that alone is a problem. And that alone is going to set a lot of them back, because it's a lot of money to actually own a club. It's a whole lot of money. I know this because I've seen the numbers, because I deal with the numbers. I know what it takes for you to do sound. I know what it takes for you to do lighting. It's insane. If you are not ready, please don't even come into it. If we are not careful, we have a lot of shitty spaces and we will not be able to really compete on the world standard.
Yeah, there are the dark side, the real dark side. I don't want to explain that, but you know that everybody knows about it, that exists. Making money or money laundering or whatever. There's a purpose of making the nightlife which can be enjoyed by all segments of the people, not just a particular dark side of the area.
I think a lot of places are beginning to take branding very, very seriously. And I think that they should, especially if they want longevity in this space. If you notice, everyone has a logo. You walk into the space and you can see the branding. As a matter of fact, if somebody takes a picture at a place like Zaza, you don't have to see the sign on the wall to know where it is, because there is a particular kind of branding in that space. Everywhere that I work with, I force you to do photo shoots, I force you to do videos, I force you to build a website, I force you to describe your club, to identify your target audience. It's not just about printing a flyer and yelling and telling everyone to come. It has to be more than that. And if you notice that the ones that have lived long are the ones that have paid extreme attention to their branding and to their positioning. If you're not branding, then you're going to be forgotten.
We all have a different vision and how we tend to want to be seen and portrayed, right? If you ask another promoter now, okay, what's your definition of nightlife? You might hear something, oh, this doesn't have any from just make money, or let them just come out and do. Like, people have different reasons why they are doing this. The whole reason of having a collaboration is because you want to make a bang. When I mean a bang banger than what you would have made on your own.
Competition is heavy, and the number one question is always, how are you different from the next club? And you need to be able to answer that question. If you're not able to answer that question, then for me, you're not ready. You can't say, oh, lifestyle. What does that mean? That means nothing. You need to be able to describe your space. You can't just say, we're a club on Aderele, Adeku, and we have chair and table. That means absolutely nothing to anyone. It's not exciting. If I was going to describe SIP today, I would say one of our longest standing clubs in the city. That alone should tell you that if they've been able to stand the test of time for 25 years, then it might be somewhere you might want to visit. If I tell you the library, or it's a new club that has opened up, it's across Echo Hotel, it's an actual library, but then has lounge sitting and everything, and has some of the best DJs, and you're going to want to see what it feels like to party in a library where we normally study.
The peak period in nightlife is 30 December. Everybody's in town. That's where we throw IJGB as well. I just got back. Every year, 1st of December, I drop my 30 December calendar. Pretty much taking you through what is happening from the 1st of December to the 31st of December. Everybody looks out for it. As a matter of fact, almost all the club, once it's 15th of December, they hit the marathon. They now open from Monday to Sunday, all through December, because they know that every day is a holiday in December.
But then we have seasons where it's like dry, when the Muslims are fasting. Those periods, very dry for PRs, for clubs, for any kind of businesses, to be very honest.
Not necessarily because of the Muslim, but because of the power the month itself holds. KokobyKhloe never opened during Ramadan. They just
take that period to shut down. January as well, based on the ripple effect of December. January is like everybody's trying to just soak their Gary in peace, or they're just trying to form new year, new me.
When we started from W Bar 2019 to today, there's a set of people that we always go back to, that we always like to work with. Rutimi Rude Boy, who's been a client from W Bar since the beginning, 2019. Till this moment, he still comes to W. He gets his friends there. He's a very cool guy. Sunky came to W Bar. I think it was the first promoter who ever came to W.
I was still working in Union Bank as at then. Ebose called me, yo, what's up? There's this place that is beautiful. It's by the waterfront. You come see it. So I met KJ and I met Mohammed and I met Jason. KJ owns W Bar. He's such a very great guy. You know, you work in the bank, you can start something here. I'm like, are you serious? Start something here.
I think it was on Thursdays where we did a show where after you finish work, you come to W. It's a banker spot. So from then, a lot of people started to come after work, and that's where the culture has been.
It was just a beautiful night for corporate heads. Just come around, have fun, and go back to work on Friday. So I can specifically say, I was the first PR promoter for W Bar in Lagos, Nigeria.
There's Larry Gaga. He's definitely not a promoter, but he's a close friend that I respect a lot in the industry. W would not be W if it wasn't for Gaga.
Well, the main people in the entertainment stroke nightlife industry, we have a few of them that I know. We have Pretty Mike. We have Mr. Play, the Lion of the Empire, his owner of Victoria. We have 606, he is the owner or part owner of DNA, and Mr. Femi Posh. I won't say I necessarily look up to them, but they are like my mentors. I actually pick one or two things from them.
I was the first person to start Monday nights in Lagos. I think that was 2013 or 14. The Mondays became Fridays. My Wednesdays was the ladies' night. I was the hype man. I was the promoter. I had a couple of PR people working under me. They're all grown and either club owners or top promoters now. Yeah, Sunky is one of them.
There was one year, what we were talking about was Grill at the Pens, cover. The Sunday, you had rooftop, Mega Plaza. That's what was happening. That's like everybody. Was sponsored by Ciroc, I think. So it was a beautiful period. He was there for a long time. Then came Thursdays at Zemba. There are spots like Angu Villa as well. It's a pre-drink spot. Start off your evening, your night from there. Few shots before you enter the streets.
It would interest you to also know that at that time, there was so much love and positivity. The business was considered a culture before the business. The brotherhood, so to speak, always came before the money. So back then, what we understood to be nightlife was that we all had a particular night that was synonymous to each and every nightclub, which we all had to respect. May his soul rest in perfect peace, the late Akinbo. If there was anyone that I would actually bow to in the nightlife industry, that would be him. In these times, there was a lot of love. It was basically what Davido would refer to in his slogan as "We rise by lifting others." This was what we practiced back then. If Hakeem Ovida's night was a Wednesday, I would be shot on a Wednesday, and myself and every other club owner would converge and support that Wednesday. If my night was a Tuesday, this would be the same practice. If Grotto's night was on a Monday, this would be the same practice. And then we would leave Friday and Saturday free for all. It was more of us wanting to support one another as opposed to now that people want to compete with one another.
For someone like me, my word is my bond. If you're going to act funny with your word, you're going to act funny with the contract still. If you're not that person that can keep to your word, like, I don't even want to be in business with you. You'll never find me, like, everywhere. Like, I pick my spot.
One of my upcoming artists came up. His name is Slim Crez. And then there's this guy that is very close to my own artist, which is Oxlade. The guy is a dancer, and then I gave him this job to execute. And it's going 2 months, and then you're giving me excuses because it's Oxlade and he can tell me anything I'll listen to. This is a professional business. You're trying to get someone else to tone down the situation. I don't understand. When I was paying you, he wasn't there. When you were spending the money, he wasn't there. When you're fucking up, you're calling him into the picture for an upcoming artist he doesn't even know about. It's really frustrating. Just do your job and stop using friendship or relationships to tone down your mess. That's just how I move. And Oxlade is like, I see my friend, I see my brother and everything. And I'm like, this love thing is just going to fuck the whole game up. eventually. I can love you and play with you, but my business, I don't know you from anywhere, even if we sleep on the same bed. Execute it in the right way and, we get moving.
I think recently I promoted for a club and the guy that was in charge, he did too many funny shit. He just kept changing terms. I brought a deal with a drink company. They messed up the sharing ratio. I was there feeling like, wait, this guy's really trying to bully me in this situation, but he wanted to be a boss so bad. Now he regrets though.
That same song, I gave 2 DJs, one, I gave him about 700 or something K, and the other one, I just gave him 250K for himself to just push it with his boys. When you give out stuff like that, they're meant to give you videos, like at least 2 videos a week or everything. You're a DJ. It's beyond you earning your normal club salary. Let me give you side gigs now. Promote one song that is still going to give you literally your club salary once. That's for the 250K guy. And then he sent me a video once, and then next thing, I'm asking him for like the other videos after a week. And he's like, bro, you need to be able to come to the club and remind me by yourself to play your song. When we concluded on the whole stuff, I didn't call him for 3 days about payment. He was calling me every day. Bro, they do this thing again. Now we're at execution phase. You're telling me I'm supposed to remind you to play a song you're paid for. But you don't remember to play songs that are sweet that you are not paid for. We got talking and I'm like, you know what? I think you might have to refund this money, and then things go south. His girlfriend really close to me. One of his friends on his team is close to me, and I just told them, talk to your friend. Just do this job. Send me the videos. Let's get past this thing. If I'm looking for your good and you're coming to fight me, you must be mad. So he came to me and was like, this is the last time I want to hear my name in your mouth. Who are you that I'm talking about? You have no use. Out of a 15 million naira marketing budget, you have 0.1% inside 250,000. You said I should stop talking. Who are you? Like, what are you?
In this business, there's something we call bad debt. You just have to let go of that debt. You just have to manage what you have as debt and just, okay, this has to go. It's part of the business.
I think I'm lucky. I don't have customers that actually stress me. You can't sign with me. It's a bit of win-lose situation because I lose a lot sometimes because they're like, that Aderele place where you know if you sign. I just let people have it at the back of your head that if anything that will make me collect your sleep to sign, just know that you mean so much to me. And I'm ready to forfeit that money in case you don't come through.
How much is the dollar right now?
7 something.
7 something. I'll be thinking about $30,000. But I can't mention it. You just have to let go of it.
There's this time that this guy owed me money and he didn't want to pay. Like, it was obvious he didn't want to pay. Because sometimes, in clubs now, we always allow, okay, I'll go pay you tomorrow now. I'll do my guy now. My guy, nothing, not go do anything. Me that I already knew that I had planned for him. He now came, he was owing before. Then he came that particular night, and then in my mind, I'm like, this night I go show this guy. He go think and play if you don't pay my money. He sells cars. So he came with one of the cars in his car lot. He wanted to, no place number and things. When it was time to pay now, I say, I'll do it tomorrow. Guy, this your vehicle no go come up for this compound. Thought it was play. I collected the car. And guess what? He didn't come to collect that car for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Especially the celebs, they come around, they want to have a good time. In the process, while you're having fun, they build piles up. Along the line, we tailored this, we have to tailor all that into the way where you have to let them know, okay, there's a limit, it's a standard, there's a way where we put a benchmark on it, like you can't go across this.
Shout out to celebs that don't owe money. There are some, they'll call you, give the bait to Sunky, give the bait to Sunky. Sunky has to chase them for like a whole week, a whole month. You're ignoring my message because of the money you're owing, right? Then I asked our mutual friend, yo, bro, what's up? When last year for our friend? I didn't say anything. When last is here? Then maybe that one's like, I see how message you. I go tell them, say you ask of them. They've sent me a voice note insulting me before, like, because of how much. Now they ask of me. Sunky, I suppose they use your discretion now. Why did you like that? You don't read my message, make they use discretion. As per me, your head. If I don't know you like that, I don't know you to be creditworthy. I avoid and always try to not sign bills.
All these people, they go chop money, start they misbehave. About it, John, you buy, what is jackpot? So, what am I telling the person that gave me money to execute? You get me, Atiloshe me do man down now. So, like, killer fashion. I'd rather just stick to my, let me write my strategy, execute with my influencers on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Do my normal core marketing thing, then add it to Nightlife. Like, add Nightlife and say, yo, I'm not doing club promotions for DJs, or all the DJs are my friends. No DJ is my friend again now. Like, promotion, when you go to the club, when I'm bored, they'll play your song for you.
Parties don't really happen without PRs, because the main aim or the objective of a PR being present for your events is promoting the events. So a lot of work goes in before, during, and then the cleanup, following up. Maybe people that were too drunk to pay their bills. The next morning you had to follow up. So it's an ongoing process. People think that promoters, our jobs are just to come and drink and fill up the club. It's a lot more than that. We work really hard to get that buzz going and to make sure that whenever you're coming to our club or you're coming to our events, you have stories to tell afterwards. And there's no bad reviews, let me put it like that. Or even if there are bad reviews, at least one or two.
You just see all kinds of things. You see all kinds of people. You see money. You see people that don't have money, that portray they have money, and then they owe the club, and then you're chasing them everywhere. Then you see them on Instablog being called out.
Despite how lucrative and how vast our Nigerian nightlife industry is, I am not aware of any nightlife association where matters that concern nightlife, security, progress, events, whatever it is, communiques where these things are addressed. I have run into debt of thousands and millions because I've had customers that have come, they finessed my staff or even myself, and over time they've run up bills, and these bills run into millions. And suddenly they stop coming to my place. And then the next thing you know, I'm seeing them in Buzz Bar, or I'm seeing them in SIP or Victoria. I'm seeing them in other places, and they're comfortable to spend money there. And then by the time they leave, and I talk to my friend who owns the club, and I'm like, guy, like, how's that guy paying his bills? He's owing me a shitload of money. He's like, they owe me too. Like, God. But yet, them kind of things shouldn't be happening if we have an association and there's a level of understanding and coordination. Because if he's owing me and I drop his name in the group and he comes to this next club and he's denied drinks or he's unable to own a tab, that limits what he can do. That restricts him. And once people start to get this vibe, like, yo, man, if you're owing this club, you ain't getting into no next club, or you're not, you're not gonna be able to sign, I think people will pay up or not owe.
It's great that I've found a formula that I feel that works in this space. If you've looked at anywhere that I have worked on, they have probably a 99% success rate.
Be prepared. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of effort. This is a business that you have to be present in. You have to make sure you personally end up knowing people. I can walk into the club tonight on any day of the week, and I will know at least half of the tables that are there, because we believe in repeat business and we build personal relationships with everyone. So you have to be ready to put in the time, the effort. You have to be ready to party 5 days a week at least.
Nigerians are very big on word of mouth. They're very big on perception. So for me, the opening of any space determines what your space is going to look like. And that's where you get into guest listing. I like to consider myself the master guest lister. If you have the wrong people in the room, then that's the end of that, right? So I like my guest list to cut across different types of people, because then it kind of gives you wider tentacles for you to reach other people.
First of all, planning. Planning is the bedrock of any good party. If there's bad planning, good music can make up for bad planning. And it's just weird because once people are a bit in the mood, when they've drank, they're jumping up, sometimes they can't notice some cracks. But that's where you, as a person who planned the party, understands that, oh, this is my mistake and that's my mistake. So planning, good music, entertainment, quality entertainment, service, how you display drinks, how people that you want to come dress, how you theme the party.
If you're being intentional, like you've done your workings, you need to know your strengths. Okay, what is that part of nightlife you're trying to face? I have a friend, Yinka, the mixologist. He's chosen that part. Or his dad does usher management. She's involved in nightlife, but you never see her like maybe dancing. It's to book her girls. So if it's the promotional part of it as well, what is your content? What is your guest list? Who do you know? Who can you pull out? What is coming from you? Are they ballers? Are they spenders? Are they girls? Are they boys? Are they mixed? What is it that you're bringing to the table? So when this is stated,
it's very easy to get your grounds. When Pretty Mike had to reach out to me when I was working at Substance 69, he wasn't hard. That guy, he get girls for hand. So that's based on merit.
In nightlife, I see like I'm the business. You being the business means it has to be about you. What you think is right and how do you manage the people around you. In that aspect, it's different from other business where, okay, this is the department of, that is the department of, that is, but in that life, you are everything. So you just have to know like, this is why, this is how I handle it, this is how I handle when people are fighting, this is when I handle tensions, this is how I handle customers, this is how I handle staff. So it's about you. Nightlife is an image of you.
Choose quality over quantity. So when it's quality, I'm saying there's some nights at like an event, you might not have more than 4 to 5 people on the table, but they are probably doing like Dom Perignon or like Ace. But then you can have like 100 people and they're just drinking and Mattel Blue Steel. I don't understand.
When you're a female working in nightlife, you don't want anybody to see you finish, to be very honest. So personally, I wouldn't go out looking crazy, or looking like underdressed. I'm either overdressed or I'm dressed enough to the events. And I feel like with where I work, my bosses are more like impressed when I walk into the club and I'm looking 100, or maybe not 100, at least 95. But yeah, they always, and it's good for business. You represent your brand well when you have good style.
Look good, speak good. You have to just be a vibe on your own, man. So you get addictive, just like I did addicted to Sunky. I am Sunky, and I'm your favorite lifestyle connoisseur.
I just wanna have a good time. I just wanna live like I'm on holiday. Peace of mind is all I'm ever chasing. Who say me I no go chop this life where I did. Giant, me on stuff for you.